BMX fam, welcome in. We got another killer episode coming to you here on the All Things BMX Show, episode 261 coming at you. Tonight we're stoked to have Al from Sugar Cayne on the show again. It's been a minute. We'll have him on screen here in 1 second. We're going to give you guys a minute here to grab your favorite beverage. Hit that share button. Make sure you like the show, and thank you guys for joining us on the All Things BMX Show. It was a busy week. It was
a little crazy, eh?
It was, man. We're coming to you.
They just had this thing called the Grand.
It was
this
is small little get together out in Tulsa.
Yeah, just a couple BMXers hanging out, I guess.
I didn't even go and feel like I have like the Grand's hangover.
Right.
We're coming to you live from the Ethan Clark Studios here in the busy metropolis, Heartland, Michigan, where they still haven't fixed the sign that the person missed the roundabout on.
Yeah, I noticed that when I drove by.
Month 3, and they still haven't fixed it.
I think it's longer than that.
It probably is.
That was this summer.
It was. Yeah, we're still waiting. Steven, thanks for joining us. Glad you're alive to watch another show. He's back in the hospital getting fixed up again.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, glad you could join us this evening. And we're talking a little Motor City Harley Davidson that helps bring us the show each week here at the Ethan Clark Studios. And they've got some fun things going on. I'd love to have you guys go out and check them out. If you can't make it, go give them a like, give them a follow on the social media there. Make sure you check them out on Facebook and Instagram. They have photos with Santa going on every Saturday
cool.
from now until Christmas, man. So
hey, knowing those guys out there, they probably have some Santa's helpers.
They have some elves.
Yeah.
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 Yep. I don't know about ashless chaps. You're still waiting for you to get out there, buddy.
No, I'm good on that deal.
They're doing it on the 6th,
they can give
the
those
13th,
to someone else.
And the 20th. You can get out there. It's free of charge. They got a special holiday open house going on the 6th. 13th, they're doing breakfast with Santa, and their last call on the 20th for pictures with Santa. You guys get out there. It's going to be a good time. Melissa's off this evening, so Detroit Velvet Smooth's filling in for her back there at the Gate 9 custom number plates. Producers Perch. We appreciate those guys for being with us since we started. Chris and I are here at the Ghetto Wear News Desk.
Yes, we are.
For the coolest in lifestyle apparel. Check out Ghetto Wear. Oh, Bill down there in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, keeping it warm.
Yeah.
You better keep some nice weather, and we'll be down there in like a week, Bill.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going. Is it? Yeah, next week, right?
Nah, not for. I don't know if we're gonna make it over to Fort Lauderdale, but yeah, we're gonna do the Bang and Bar series.
That's a bit of a haul, actually, from.
Oh yeah, I know.
Where you're going to be.
Trying to convince him to come over and check out Naples on Friday night.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, you guys know we've talked about it a few times. It's coming up Saturday, so we won't have a show Wednesday like we normally do. We're gonna do a show Saturday. This Saturday.
The 6th.
Yes. So it's a little out of sync.
And it's going to be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's right. And we're going to have our friends on from It's Just BMX podcast show, Stu and Dozer. We had Dozer on at the Grands for a little while.
Yeah, he hopped in for a little bit. Yeah.
So don't miss it. We will, we'll get posting it and do all the reminders, but you guys tune in. We'll do a replay for you, though, on Wednesday. And you can always check it out on YouTube after it's over. So we're going to do that show because it'll be like evening time Sunday for them. And it works out so we can hear about all the things they're doing, hear about Dozer's trip. And he had a long trip he came over for.
Yeah, he was here for quite a while because he was in Southern California for a while and then over to Tulsa.
He was in Florida, too. Checked out Profile, too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Shoot, he hit both coasts.
He did, so it'll be...
Dang.
It'll be a good time. Speaking of the guys, Stu's in the chat right now. Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
And before we get too crowded in staging, we want to give a quick thanks to the following companies that keep the lights on here at All Things BMX Show. We thank them. If you guys, you can help them by checking out these guys and gals for your BMX needs. We want to start off with our first sponsor.
We got Dye Job Apparel. So any company, it's not just BMX. You have a company, you got a lawn care service. You need your company on a T-shirt, whatever. Get a hold of Dye Job Apparel. They can put your logo on just about anything you can think of. So talk to Sean Gifford over at Dye Job Apparel, and he can take care of you.
Our good friends down in Florida that I'll be seeing here shortly, Krupp and Carter. They're the official BMX brand made by BMXers for BMXers. Their big aim is to end up as the first big box brand in the malls. So if you guys want to check them out, you can go over to their website, Krupp Carter. Check them out. They got some brand new shirt designs out. They have shorts. You can still wear those in Florida.
That's true.
Yeah, get over there. They restocked up with the hottest drip. Go check them out. That's Krupp and Carter.
Yeah, plus we have one of their shirts in our giveaway later.
Well, that's
for the trivia.
Not a great teaser.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, also make sure you check out our friend Anthony Morris over at Morris Digital Media. He's the guy that's reworking our website, but we keep dragging our
Slow
feet.
and steady. It's our.
To be honest,
Yes.
he's waiting on us.
Yeah.
So sorry, Anthony, but he can revamp your website, get you a new website, whatever you need. Morris Digital Media. Check them out.
Spark BMX training. Listen up. If you guys are ready to level up your racing, boost your confidence, and dominate the track, it's Spark BMX training. We had him on here a little while ago. You can go back, check out that show after this one's done tonight. If you guys really want to unlock your peak level performance, doesn't matter your age, gender, that's who you want to hit up right there. Spark BMX training. Pretty excited to be working with them for this next season and on. So they do everything from starts to track work to not even BMX training specific. They can put a gym program together for you too. Yeah. Make sure you guys get over to Spark BMX training.
Yes. Also, Gate 9 custom number plates. The best number plates in BMX. They are the art of BMX.
Man, they are also the host of Beer Budget Studios at Tulsa.
Out in Tulsa,
when we do our joint shows. So thanks, Gate 9. Thanks for always letting us be part of hanging out with you guys.
Yep. Make sure you check out not only the number plates, which you can have designed any way you want them, also have carbon fiber rims, and there's some rumors there may be a carbon fiber frame in the works as well.
They were checking it out. You guys also check out our friends at On Two Wheels.
And we also have the Hack Shack out in California.
Wrenchman Wheel Builds.
DB Sports World.
And last but definitely not least, our good friends over at BMX Rocks Photography. 36,000 pictures or something.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. It was crazy. And they were uploading pictures on their drive home.
Really?
Yeah. And she was also the official official photographer of Huffy.
Was she?
Yeah.
Okay, so she was taking care of all the Huffy.
Yeah, I think it was 36,000. We'll look it up, but it was an insane number that she had for grands and all that. So shout out to
Holy cow.
Rox over there, and she brings.
I would think like her trigger finger would be sore after that.
Her and Rox and Mo, they bring the trivia question each and every week, and we got a good one, and I can't wait to ask our guests
chat question.
Yeah, yeah, not trivia. Trivia's later. Sorry. We'll read it. I hit the gate.
That's all right.
It's all right. All right.
It's winter. We're supposed to do that now.
Yeah. So, we got a good one. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for being on, Al. Appreciate it. Man, we got a good one, and I want to, you guys listening and watching right now, put it in the chat. It's already posted on social media, so I want to hear this. Now that the Grands are over, they're all wrapped up. Even if you weren't there, you got to follow along from home. What was the biggest surprise of the weekend for you? So you guys in the chat listening right now, Pedals Up Podcast, if you guys watch the Grands, let us know what you guys think. What was your biggest surprise of not really the weekend, the whole week.
It's
it
pretty
runs
much
a whole
a week.
So,
yeah.
We're going to start with, all right, we'll start with Chris, and
Me?
then we'll go to Al.
Okay. Something that caught me off guard I didn't know about was Olivia Armstrong retiring from professional racing.
That was pretty big.
That surprised me. I like, whoa, wait a minute. And then I guess there's other folks that did as well, but that one caught me off guard.
There you go. How about you, Al?
For me, the biggest surprise was the fact that I was able to watch the races without having the Flow membership, because I definitely was like, all right, well, Thanksgiving, I'm chilling. And then it just popped up on my YouTube feed that it was live. I'm like, oh, okay, so I could actually watch this thing now? Okay, cool. So I started watching it. So that was the big surprise for me. Other than that, the triple backflips that went down.
Yeah.
I knew Marshall was going to do one, but I was like, okay. I knew Josh probably would do one. But then you had all three of them going, and then back to back, and that was pretty fresh.
Yeah,
Barry Nobles was the other one, right?
That was pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was sick.
What about you, Justin? What do you think?
Biggest surprise? Supercross.
Supercross.
Taking the gold crank for team.
Oh, for Bike of the Year?
Yeah.
Bike of the Year, sorry. Yeah.
For the 8th time?
Yeah.
This the 8th time in a row?
No, not in a row.
Oh, I'm about to say.
No, but he did have. They did have a string of them. Oh, I'll be wrong. If Bill's watching, he'll correct me. I think they had 5 in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
but they knocked Riff off this year.
Yeah.
And then that was cool. That was
cool.
a big one.
It was exciting, and to see them all get excited and get up there. Of course, all those golden cranks are cool. They all get up there, and it's cool because it's voted on by the riders. The fan. I don't know if it's the fan base, but the rider base, right? Mm-hmm. It's voted on by everybody. So I think that's cool.
That was a fun week, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cool stuff that went down. I'm sure there's some negatives as well, but we're not.
All you got to do is go.
Oh, yeah.
All you got to do is go to No Hold Bars, dude. It's in there. Right. It's everywhere over there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A lot of negativity going on about this time.
There's always something negative.
Dude, there was a new post on there, Al, of somebody's like pissed off about the bags they were giving out. I'm like,
yeah, I just saw that.
Did you?
Oh yeah, the giveaways.
I was like,
this is the same bag we had last year. Right. Yeah, exactly.
I said, God damn, man, we're like a few days after Grands, we still got new posts going up. It's getting deep in there.
Yeah, it's getting real deep. It's getting real deep. A lot of disgruntled people.
Oh my goodness.
And then today, right before we came on, Al, I was looking at the new rule changes for next year.
For 26.
Oh, that came out?
It did. And
they just did it. Yeah.
I'd say the biggest one is they dropped the minimum qualifications for your
rock, right?
nag.
No, nag.
For nag qualification, they went from 10 to 8.
So
2025, you hit 10 national finishes, your best 10 go in, but they dropped it down to 8. So when you look at that that's a big change because you're knocking one weekend off pretty much that you would do to hit that minimum. So now you're just looking at 3 weekends, and you actually could have a 3 throwaway if you did all 3 days.
That's true.
I think that's pretty big. That's a pretty big change. And there's a bunch of other ones that'll be. Don't worry, just go to No Holds. People will be bitching about it over there real soon.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I want to see what else they changed.
The other ones I can tell you real quick is they made like clarification on international riders showing up at Grands, like where they have to race, what they have to race. They're expanding the transponders, more classes going to them. Obviously, we all know that's coming. And then it was the transponders and lane selection transfer. So if you're running, like your track decides to run the
lane transfer system.
Yes. So they made a couple changes in there. So, like, classes that have 4 riders, instead of taking 2 and then leaving 2 and then 2 still transfer in because everybody goes, they're going to take 1, leave the 3, which, as an announcer at some of the local races, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for leaving that, like leaving 3 there because that'll make a race. And then with 6 riders, they're going to take 2, then leave 4, and with 8 riders, they'll take 3, leave 5. So these are for the, your transfers if your track decides to run it. Then there was a change in.
Wait. So this is the part that I missed this season.
Oh, okay.
This lane transfer thing. I'm like, okay, what is this all about? Because I know they did, 8 or under is total points, and then everything else is transfer.
Yes.
Now with the lane transfer thing,
everyone still go. The easiest way is everyone still goes. You're just racing to pick your lane.
You get to pick your lane for the main event. So if in the first round, if you finished first, you get first pick. So when you get up there, you go through staging. You get up there and they go,
get first pick.
What lane do you want? And you go, 2.
Take 8. Be a man.
Wait a minute. So when you come in first, the first lap, do you race the next moto or do you sit it out?
No, because what they'll do, like Justin just said. So if you have 4 riders, they'll take 1. Leave 3 for the second round, and then those 3 will go. But all they're racing for at that point is who gets to pick next after after 1.
Man, they could have left. They could have kept that out. Man.
You still have the option for like a lot of the local tracks we race at. They still just run all your motos.
Yeah, it's better that way because, especially for everybody who talks about they only get like 1 or 2 laps at a race, it's like race them all. I don't know why anybody would be opposed to racing all of their motos. No. You're getting your money's worth, you're getting the track time, you're getting the practice, and if you ever want to race the worlds, I think that's how you have to race the worlds, right?
That's a great point.
So
Yep.
What are we doing?
True. Yeah.
You're racing them all. Yeah. I think it's I'm pretty sure like they had the Michigan all single point races. All the tracks are like, yeah, we're going to do total points at them. So if you're
Right,
going to run all
right.
rounds. Now, when
they
you go
do.
to the multi-points, I believe on the back end, like USA BMX, I don't know. I think you have to go to the transfer system or something. Someone can correct me. I don't run a track. I do this, and it's much easier.
Right.
I don't want all that. I don't want all that smoke, man. Oh, God love you, TOs. We love you.
Yes, they do a heck of a job.
Yeah,
So,
shout out to all the track operators. You know, that's they
that,
might as well be service people.
Oh,
yeah,
First responders right there.
oh,
right. No, that's what it's a very thankless job.
yeah.
I feel.
Mm.
So you need to thank your track operators, your track volunteers, because they don't
You know,
get anywhere near the credit they should for what they go through.
Just go and give them $100, 50, whatever. Just give them some
Yeah.
money. Just make their day.
Yeah.
Applebee's gift
That's
card.
like a
It's the
whole
minimum you could give
conversation. Like we could talk about that one for
Oh.
hours. I have so much to talk about with that whole track operator thing, and just how you know just how things can, I don't know, be done a little better as far overall just for the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you promoting the sport, you have all these pros, you have the Olympics, you have all these things, and then somebody gets into the sport and you're like, well, why isn't it open on Saturday? Why isn't it open on Sunday? How come I can't go to a race? After all this promotion goes on, your local track is not open on a sunny Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so how do you promote a sport where it's like not guaranteed on a sunny day between the hours of 9 and 10 to 6 or whatever, that you come to this place and you can't go to it. But you can go to the trails, you can go to the skate park, you can go everywhere else. But the thing you actually want to do is go to a racetrack because you watched it on the Olympics or you saw it somewhere else. Not everywhere is, not every track is open like that. So, that's just something. I know it's controversial and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, as somebody who wants to promote the sport to people, it's like, okay, you're promoting the sport to people, but it's like when new people come in, they don't understand that at first,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that that's where the pump track world is. They're taking a lot of riders because you can just show up anytime and ride. And like you said, dude, you don't have to wait.
It's just like skate park.
Well, you're East Coast too, so we still have some tracks left over from the NBL days that were in like parks that could be open all the time. But as you know, we just said the TOs, right? It's a lot of work to leave the track open, and we're spoiled because we've got a track by us, Richfield Park BMX in Davison. They're one of the few that are left that's like that. You could just go out there on a Saturday because other tracks are racing and ride, but they're getting fewer and farther between that have that, that are set up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, track maintenance and everything is a very big issue, and then there's the whole, we don't want to pave the whole thing, injuries, stuff like that. But, there is technologies now. We have, there's turf, and there's also that specialized turf that some of the parks are using now, that brown turf, that they're just covering the whole thing with that. So that way you can be open more often with less maintenance. So there are options like that.
Yeah.
So, tracks can probably, somebody's going to try it sooner or later, and just all the parts that are dirt that they want to change every year, just cover that bad boy with some turf, the specialized turf, so that way when you crash, you're not ripping it up. I don't know. That could be an option.
What is this stuff called?
I forgot what it's called.
Oh.
Like when I do trails and stuff, I use
Yeah.
regular turf. Like I use, regular green turf when I'm doing trails, and it helps out so much with maintenance. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But there's a specialized one that the mountain bike parks are using now. There's a couple of mountain bike parks. It's that brown turf that they're using on the whole track. I don't know the name of it. I know
Trail
it's
armor.
Trail armor. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So if they use that on the track, that'll cut down on a whole bunch of maintenance, and that way you can be open more and because a lot of times between the weather and like just the wear and tear of people going on it when it's always open, that could be a way to help, along with having, soil tack and stuff like that.
I know that's one of the big things with the tracks is people riding on it when it's rained or it is raining. They're riding on it, and all of a sudden you got a big mess going on, rut it all up and everything.
This
that's
was
it right there.
Yeah. Petey that was on the show a few months back.
Yeah.
Where he hosted a mountain bike jam at the place that actually kind of came up with this
Somebody's
stuff.
place.
And Jared's place.
Jared's place. That's
and this trail armor you're talking about, they use this all through there. And Barry just put it in his backyard too.
Yeah, his backyard track has it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder. One thing is I don't know the cost, and I know
It's going to be expensive.
It's got to
know.
be.
It's going to be like turf is expensive. You know, you got to buy it per square inch. So like I go to Home Depot and buy little pieces for different sections. So it gets expensive.
I wonder if Marie McGilvery is up on this stuff, you know, because she does like the AstroTurf and that for football and home putting greens and stuff.
Text her.
Okay.
And there's also a motocross guy who made a track in his backyard for the not with the pit bikes, like the 120s or whatever, the smaller ones.
Yeah.
And there was, I guess, a school that was ripping up all their AstroTurf, all the football AstroTurf, and they covered the whole entire track is covered in this stuff, and you see videos of them just riding their dirt bikes in it, and you know, keeping it intact. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Turf Track or something, but yeah, they just literally took some turf that a football field got ripped up off of, and they put it back there, and there's a bunch of videos online about that. It's pretty cool.
Huh. Something new to check out.
Get somebody on. We'll talk about that. What's been shaking with you, man, since you've been on? It's been like almost 3 years when I looked
a couple years.
It's been a minute, yeah.
And thank you for joning us too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. You know, I was like, oh snap, they want me back on. Okay, let's do it.
Right on. Hey, you're welcome anytime, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I mean, you know, things are kind of slow motion for me right now. Just been dealing with having to actually move soon. So I've been trying to get stuff out, but also I have to move. So that's a whole nother story.
Oh.
But I've been riding. I was riding a lot over the summertime, and I started actually riding some like cheap Walmart bikes. I kind of got into that, doing the little the gravel bike reviews and stuff. And that actually brought in a whole bunch of new viewers. And I'm trying to, you know, get people to come into the world and kind of see where it goes, you know, because it's all relative. You're all riding off-road bicycles. So I'm trying to get people to kind of understand where we're at with BMX. So that actually helped out doing some of that stuff that's not exactly what we call BMX, but it's still relative. So that's been helping out a lot. But yeah, just been trying different things with the content, and of course keeping up the Sugar Cayne website and doing the bike of the day stuff. Started ramping that up again. Bike of the month, bike of the year. You know, that whole thing. We got a month left, and trying to see who's gonna win bike of the year this year. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And that's pretty much it, man. I think next year I'm gonna try and race more, 'cause I think I might have raced one time this year, so I want to race some more next year and do some more content like that. I actually raced the gravel bike. That's what I did. I raced the gravel bike up in Connecticut. Yeah, at Bethel, Connecticut. I raced. It was a lot of fun. It was like straight out of Walmart, Ozark Trail. No bells, no whistles, just fresh out the store, and just took it to the track and raced it. And that was a lot of fun.
I see we've got the 2025 Bike of the Year chart here. Yeah. And so we're going to get asked this, right? So you can answer it. How do they submit? Like, I'm going to click the link you walk through how they can submit their bike.
Yeah, it's real simple. You just go to the site, you go to the submit page. All the information is there. I really just want to get some really good pictures of the bike. And the thing is that, you know, I want to have the bikes presented in the best way, because there's people watching it that may not ride BMX, that are coming from different places that, you know, never really experienced all these different kind of bikes that are available. Because most people, when they say BMX, they just know, you know, BMX street bikes, or they'll know, you know, the big bikes, the wheelie bikes, stuff like that, but they don't know all of the different types of BMX bikes. So I always encourage people to submit some really good pictures of the bikes to showcase the bikes, and also see what the story is behind these builds, because so many people have these interesting stories about why they actually put their bike together. You know, it's not, sometimes people just put it together because they like the bike, but sometimes it's some childhood memory or dedication to a family member, you know, things like that. So there's a real interesting stories of what people have when they build their bike. You know, I remember back in the day, I used to always have a lot of riders used to do this. They put pictures of their family and the number plate in the
Mm-hmm.
back, so they have them with them when they race. You know, there's a whole bunch of different stories. So I'm always
That's kind of
I think
cool.
it's cool to kind of see the backstory. You know, a lot of guys came back into racing or into BMX or into collecting, and they talk about how they used to race 20 years ago, came back into it because of their child. You know, those are interesting stories for people to hear that are in the sport and not even in the sport, just kind of browsing through and checking it out. And then they can go and rate the bikes based off of a couple of criteria. But yeah, so you just kind of go down to the bottom. There's a form you fill out and you send your pictures in there. You send your information, your bike, the year, the parts list, and all of that. The other thing too is the parts list. So people who are really into parts
Mm-hmm.
and they know what kind of part to put in their bike, and they might see something that might catch their eye. All of that's there. You know, it's a different way to kind of expose people to BMX, the BMX bikes, the BMX culture, and
Yeah.
kind of like an introduction. And then people who are already into it is like, oh snap, you saw his bike, see a different perspectives and ways people hook their bikes up. So it's pretty
Right.
cool. Like the first bike right there, it's a prophecy, custom painted. He's got the custom seat on there with it. Remember it?
Uh,
The
the clown.
the clown, yeah, that's on the seat. So
Oh, there you
yeah,
go.
so stuff like that, you get to see some really cool
Uh,
stuff on these bikes.
dang, that's
Yeah.
sick. That paint
Yeah,
job
there's some
is.
really sick bikes
Ooh.
on the site. So I'm gonna start ramping that up more on YouTube. It's doing more bike of the day videos because it reaches more people,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so people can check out the bikes.
And
That's
you got a lot of content on the website, man. I poking around this last week, and I'm like, God damn, dude, like where do you get the time to put all this stuff on there, dude?
I mean, I started doing the site. It was originally CAC TV, Crazy
Mm-hmm.
Alkane TV. I had from
yep.
before we talked about the cable access show I had, and I made it into a website, and then I changed everything to Sugar Cayne. Sugar Cayne used to be a production company I used to have when I did music, and then I made it into a website. So this has been around for like over 20 something years. I've been doing it, and it basically was a culmination of all my interests from when I was a kid to now. BMX, hip hop, comic book culture, you know, um, um, breakdancing, anything kind of related
Mm-hmm.
to all of that, and then kind of how all that stuff kind of cross paths. You have so
Yeah.
the hip hop guy who used to be a BMXer, he loves BMX. The BMXer who loves comics, and how all these things kind of cross paths. You have BMX toys like you see right here. You have hip hop artists that are back into BMX because of all the wheelie bike stuff, and they're doing their little custom bikes and things like that. And so everybody, one
Oh,
of the main things that are connected on this website is BMX. Whether it's hip hop, whether it's fashion, whether it's music, everybody has some kind of a BMX story because
Mm-hmm.
everybody had to learn how to ride a bicycle at one point. And
right.
9 times out of 10, they learned on a BMX bike. So especially the older cats,
Yeah.
when I was coming up, this was the beginnings of all of those kind of different cultures were really in their at their peak, but in their own lane. So, I had comic books, we had the Saturday morning cartoons, computers were on their way. BMX was on its way, hip hop was on its way. BMX wasn't considered cycling, breakdancing wasn't considered dancing, rapping wasn't considered music. Our sport wasn't
True.
really a mainstream sport, so they're all similar in their own way.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I try and do on the site is keep that going. I mean, it's hard now to kind of focus on all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I try hard.
Yeah.
It's
I
That
tough
it's a
though.
lot. Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
found too poking around. Like you can go to the submit tab, and
Hmm.
like your all other news or hip hop submission, and
Hmm.
like super easy. Like because I
Yeah.
found the Wu Tang Monopoly, and
Hmm.
I sent it. I was like, oh, I don't know. He's probably already seen it, but I was like, I want to see how, so we could talk about it. I'm like, it's super easy. So you just
Hmm.
put the link in, whatever, and upload it.
Yeah.
So if it's your
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah,
uh,
because I'm always looking for new information and I can't catch everything. So
yeah.
it's like
Right.
anybody has any type of news that's related to BMX hip hop, anything like that. And when I say hip hop, I mean like, for all the hip hop heads out there, like boom bap hip hop, underground hip hop, more, soulful, authentic hip hop, not the really commercial stuff. So
Okay.
kind of keeps that kind of tone with it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
So BMX is kind of the common denominator between all these things. That's kind
I
of
would
the,
say so. You know, in all my years doing this, everything kind of went back to BMX. I went to New York Comic Con. This was years ago. New York Comic Con, they just started really having a hip hop, I guess, initiative, right? So you had DMC from Run DMC. He started doing a comic book, and they had a whole thing with like hip hop and comics. They had a whole panel, and they had all these different MCs and from back in the day, back in
okay.
the 80s. Kwame was one of them, right? Kwame's a hip hop artist from back in the day. I went and interviewed him. So I said, you know, when I do my interviews, let me try and touch all the topics, BMX, hip hop, comics. So I interview him, you know, we talk about hip hop, boom, 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 boom. We talk about comics, boom, 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 boom. I say, yo, you ever have a BMX bike? Yeah, I had a BMX bike. Yo, back in the day, I had a Huffy and da da da, you know. And we talk about that. Yeah, I still got one. I be collecting them and da da da, you know. So, and everybody's energy goes up a notch, especially when we talk about BMX. So then I go to Artist Alley, and I'm interviewing different artists from Artist Alley. I go, hey, you know, so hip hop, comics. You guys ever ride BMX? You ever have a BMX bike? Yo, man, I was so nice with the flatland. You know, I had a CW and da 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 da.
Hell
And,
yeah.
you know, I fell and hurt myself, so I stopped doing it. But I see you doing it all the time. I might get a bike again. You know, you have conversations like that. So
That's awesome.
BMX always winds up becoming the common denominator in all of it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Couple questions for you. Pedals Up Podcast wants to know, is it only for 20-inch or 29ers? Can they be submitted too?
It's every type of BMX bike. Every size, flatland, street. If you have a cute bike, I don't know if you guys know about cute. It's basically like the old
Cute.
mongoose, how they were taller, a taller head tube and a taller seat tube. Remember the old mongoose was like that? I forgot which
Oh,
mongoose it was.
the moose goose.
The moose goose, right? So
Yep.
they have a company called Cute. They got a 20-inch bike with it basically is like the old mongoose,
Uh-huh.
and it's basically a BMX bike. It's just a tall BMX bike with the extended head tube, extended seat tube, more for cruising around. But those guys still do the same stuff on it. So any type of 20-inch BMX bike, any type of any size, and also
Cruisers,
dirt
all that
jumpers,
stuff.
dirt cruisers and dirt jumpers too. So if you have a dirt jumper, front suspension, but hardtail, because basically dirt jumpers are BMX bikes with front suspension. So
Yeah.
that's a whole other conversation. But yes, dirt jumpers are BMX bikes with front suspension.
No, that's going to be on No Holds Barred next in the morning.
And, Damon Tucson asked, Al, can I do a hip hop set for your website? So I think he was on the last time you were here.
Probably was.
Yeah, I feel like he was. Hell of a DJ. You got to
He's
check
a
him out.
DJ. Yeah.
Dude's
He's an awesome
Actually,
DJ.
I'm looking at Damon's thing. Yeah, I actually had Just Blaze on the track. So Just Blaze came to one of my bike fests when I had at Trumbull, and he came and rode the track. So I got to get him back on the track though, most definitely. Yeah,
Nice.
he's definitely into BMX. He has a whole bunch of GTs at home. He's a big GT guy. And for those who don't know, Just Blaze is a hip hop producer. He produced a whole bunch of hits with Jay-Z and you name it in hip hop and R&B. Just Blaze has produced a lot of stuff. But yeah, so he definitely hit the track, and he got on the Sugar Cayne, rode it around.
Nice.
What I really want to do is I want to do a race between all these hip hop guys who ride BMX, and have them do a race like at one of the tracks, do like an event. I think it'd be pretty fun.
That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll come out for that one.
Justin will announce the race.
Word.
I can do that.
He does a heck of a job announcing the race, man.
Yeah, that'd be fresh. That'd be fresh. Just on the hip hop tip, there's a whole bunch of guys that are actually popular hip hop guys that are really into BMX. You know, I know a lot of people know Tyler the Creator.
Yep.
He's a big artist. He's into BMX. There's actually footage of him jumping a set of doubles and crashing. So, yeah, there's a bunch of guys out there. So it'll be pretty cool. What's his name? DJ Khaled. He's another one who's trying to do a wheelie or something. There's a video of him trying to wheelie and crashing on his BMX bike.
Oops.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I know. There's like you said, there's a lot of hip hop in the wheelie bike world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that crosses over into that as well, which is BMX. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, for me, you know how it is with the industry. They like to market things and change the name. I just found out there's you have gravel bikes,
Hmm.
you have gravel bikes, you have cyclocross bikes, and now you have some other name. They have a new name now because what's happening now, gravel bikes are now getting front suspension. So now you have a road bike with front suspension, which is basically the old school mountain bikes. And so now they're trying
Yeah.
to come up with definitions for all these different things. And it's like, let's just call it what it is, It's like if it has front suspension and it looks like a road bike, it has dirt wheels. It's a mountain bike.
Yeah.
That's what they used to look like.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and then if it has BMX geometry and it has 29-inch wheels, it's a BMX bike. It's not, we do wheelies on them. Everybody does wheelies. Any bike can be considered a wheelie bike at that point because everybody you can do wheelies on any bike.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, for me, my personal opinion is that it's all BMX bikes. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's,
There's a, I don't know what the age is. Then you hear it when you're at the tracks. There's somewhere in between where they tell you, "Oh, it's my BMX race bike," and then the other guys are like, "This is my BMX bike," and
Right,
they're
right.
all BMX. Like you go in the garage, and it
Mhm.
might be a quote unquote park bike. That's just my
Mm-hmm.
BMX bike. That's just my BMX bike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
so specific now.
Oh,
When
geez.
you buy the bike, it's got to be a race bike. It's got to be a flatland, a street, a park. They're all just that much different.
Minor differences, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there are definitely advantages to the geometry on
Mm-hmm.
specific bikes. Like a flatland bike, most definitely, you will be better with flatland specific geometry.
Sure.
With a BMX racing bike, the longer rear end definitely helps you out with that.
Yep.
But there are different geometries where you can excel at with BMX racing without having to go so extreme. Same thing with flatland. You see some guys on flatland bikes, they don't have no bends. It's like a regular street bike, and they're doing
Yeah.
all kind of flatland tricks.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is definitely a geometry that's in between geometry where you can kind of do 90% of what everybody else is doing on all the different disciplines. But there
Mhm.
are, the specific ones. But like you
Yeah.
can get on a bike with a 13-inch rear end and put some race gear on it and race around the track, still be good at it. Depending on how tall you are, of course. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
It's true.
so,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean,
Yeah. That's
um,
not the.
at the end of the day, I mean, like what, Skyway, remember before they came with the street beat, they just had that little rail used to attach to the TA
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
freestyle.
Just bolted
It's
on
like,
there.
oh, it's a freestyle bike now. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Take it off. Oh, it's a racing bike.
right. Well, like back in my day, you know, there was one bike and you used it for all that stuff.
For
You
everything.
just
Yep.
had a race
Yep.
bike that you raced with, and then you
Yep.
would ride. Um, I guess what would be now today called park or street. We just called it freestyle back in the '80s, and
hmm
now
That was all freestyle. Yep.
it's all kind of specific. Like you said, there's a street bike,
hmm
there's a flatland bike, there's
Hey, before I got my Colt bike, I just took my
that's true.
aluminum bike with the carbon forks, just went to the skate park and rode it. I didn't care. I'm like, They'd be like,
Yeah.
aren't you worried about it breaking? I'm like, it's going to break if it breaks. Like, I don't go 10 foot out of a quarter pipe. I mean, I'm just happy to get over the coping, so I'm all right.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'm
That's the
happy
same
with it.
thing. Like when I did my the Sugar Cane frames, I try to make the geometry in a way where it's like it's good on the tracks. I'll
Yes.
take the trails. I mean, even before I had the Sugar Cane bike, I was taking whatever race bike I had. It was my bike for everything. I rode
Yeah.
on the street, trails, park, whatever.
Mhm.
Aluminum bike. They never broke on me. I don't jump off of rooftops, so I'm good. It's not like I'm going to be doing anything crazy enough to really break my aluminum bike. So
Right.
so I mean, I've been riding aluminum ever since I got off the Skyway. Actually, I've just been riding aluminum bikes,
Okay.
for
Oh, so
everything.
you did have a TA at one time?
Yeah, yeah. I had
Cool.
when they came back, uh, I was racing with Mags,
Hmm.
and then my boy Ant Dog had let Ken Costner and all those guys over there at Skyway at the time check it out, and they sponsored me. So I had a Skyway sponsorship, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
And they sent me mags, and then they also sent me when they did the 2013 frame, sent me that. I raced on that, and then they also featured me on their box for the 50th anniversary of the mags. They actually had me on their box. I actually just posted it up recently, like, oh snap, like I
Yeah.
almost forgot about that. But yeah,
Huh.
so but yeah, I used to race with my mags, and people were like, oh, why you racing with mags for? I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I won a couple of races with them,
Yeah.
So I was all about having fun out there,
Were they the nylon ones or the graphite?
Yeah, the graphite ones. Then
Graphite
they had
ones,
two
yeah.
graphites. They had the one with the flange, and then they had the one without the flange. The one without the flange, I think, was a little bit stiffer. So I used to race with that one a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot of fun. I'm actually probably going to put it back on the bike eventually and start doing some more stuff with it.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
remember back when they first came out with the white ones, it was like everybody wanted the white ones. And that was a big deal because before then there was what, black, red, and blue, and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had the white one, and then right behind that was like pink and green and purple and all these crazy colors from the 80s. Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Knocking over the microphone.
There was a kid in the dirt jumping contest, or not, what was it? At Grand's, the jam.
I thought I saw
There was
somebody.
a kid that had a front mag, and I was
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a contest.
Oh, yeah. I did see. I think the jumping.
In the demo. Yeah. I was
Yep,
rooting
yep.
for him. It wasn't a contest, but I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
There was actually a GT before they stopped. Well, I think they're still doing freestyle stuff. They're not doing racing stuff anymore, right? Or is it the whole GT thing? It's kind of.
Yeah, they niched it.
So before they
Everything.
finished off, one of the pro riders had a signature bike that had a front mag on it. Like it came like that with a front mag and a regular.
I do remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Bill Ryan just chimed in. He said hi, Al, and he probably
Bill
was
Ryan.
probably was one of your teammates actually. Nick Dasani, Skyway Nick over there wanted to say hi to you.
Oh, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Bill Ryan is the man.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just letting you know, Bill Ryan is the man. He's one of I could talk to him for hours about BMX.
Oh my
Me
gosh,
and him
yes.
oh my goodness, yeah. He's BMX through and through, and all levels, not just race, just everything, just the pure joy and love of what this sport is and what it can bring.
Yes.
To people, you know what I mean? Like Bill Ryan is the truth, most definitely.
Yeah. I don't know. He probably maybe wasn't on early, but congratulations on the 8th bike of the year. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Yeah. So congratulations. But that Skyway stuff back in the day, that was pretty cool. When they came out with that frame, what was neat about the frame was it was like teardrop tubing. It wasn't round. It was, and I think that's what the TA was like, totally aerodynamic or something like that.
Yeah, totally aerodynamic.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was called the Skyway TA, and they were cool looking frames, man. I like.
They were really strong too. A really strong frame.
Yeah.
I actually, it's funny because before I got that frame, I don't know. For some reason, my jumping was just off. Like I would jump, I would nosedive. I don't know. I just, for some reason, I just could not jump anymore. I don't know what it was. It was the bike I was on. I don't know. I don't know. It was terrible. So when I got on the Skyway, it actually got my jumping mojo back. I got on that bike and I was able to jump again. I was so happy. I was like, I don't know what was going on. Like the bike setup is really important. A lot of people focus on different things, but the bike setup is definitely important,
Sure.
especially when you have like a long rear end. You're dealing with bikes that got 15-inch rear ends and and when you have that, for me personally, for my height, I'm 5'11", I need more leverage. I don't want my back to get blown out, and I need more leverage when I pull up, and I want it to kind of pull up relatively easy. I don't want to have it to be too hard to pull up, because what happens is if you're not tuned in with your bike, especially if you're a weekend warrior and you're not tuned with your bike, you're going to wind up pulling for a roller and slam right into it anyway. So for me, I like to rock with taller handlebars. So it was two things that happened to me when I was racing a lot. The first thing was I had a bike with a longer rear end. I was still back in the era of kind of like just having it wasn't even 8.5. I think I was riding with 8-inch rise bars because, coming from way back in the day, we're like 6 inches, cut them down by an inch. Right like this, we're good.
Right.
I was looking at old pictures of myself on the Skyway. I'm like, why am I so crammed in on this bike? I don't feel that way, but I'm looking like I'm crammed up in this bike. I'm like, so anyways, I'm coming from that. And then I'm jumping on the bike with that same mentality with the handlebars. And I'm wondering why I'm nosediving when I jump. And it's basically because the leverage isn't right for me. Back in the day, we also used to ride big front wheels, small back wheels, and all those things add to giving you that leverage when it comes to pulling up.
Well, you also had your handlebars tilted way forward.
Well, I never did that.
No? No, you gotta
Never did
you
that.
gotta have a little
The only
forward.
time, the only time I did forward a little bit was riding vert. It really helps out when you back then for some reason when I had the handlebars a little bit forward on vert, it kept me in pocket where I didn't like go out too far and slam when I come back down.
Uh-huh.
So that was the one time I did ride a little bit with the bars forward, but most of it was either straight up and down or back.
Okay.
That's how I always rode. But yeah, so I fell at South Park really bad on the third straight when they had that big. It wasn't a step up. It was like a step up table,
Hmm.
but it had a super big backside. The backside was like a mile long, and I jumped it, came up short, hit it, and actually turned around and fell all the way at the bottom. So I
Oh,
hurt my back,
yeah.
and I went to Bethel, came out the gate. This is I don't know how much longer after that. I come out the gate and my back just goes, and that was it. And I during that day I still wanted to race, so stretched everything, whatever, whatever. And then I figured out a way to baby my back in order to make it not hurt. And then from that point on, I was like, let me raise up the front, the handlebars, so that way I'm not hunched over so much that I'm pulling my back out.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And when I started doing that, it helped me so much. And then it actually opened up a lot of things as far as me riding. So, you get to a point where you're riding, you're like, damn, I can't do this, or I'm not really riding trails too good, or I feel like I can be a little better. And next thing you know, I had taller bars. I didn't cut them down, rode them regular,
Hmm.
and it just opened a whole new world for me when it came to riding. So,
100%.
as the rear ends got longer, because I got sponsored by other brands and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and I had a bike that had a 15.2 in the back. So, some people are like, oh, I need the whole bike adjusted. Like, I don't need to change the frame. I have to work with the frame that I'm given. You know what I'm saying? So you
Sure.
don't have to
Oh, yeah.
redesign it. I just have to figure it out. That's what it is with bikes. You just got to figure it out. So for me, I was like, okay, longer rear end, need more leverage, taller bars. So I went from 9.15 because Skyway had some pretty tall bars. So I had those bars in there. Worked out pretty good. But then I do 9.25s on there. And that's the tallest I ever went. I'm like, this is really tall. I went 9.25.
9.2.
925. I'm
Whoa.
riding this bike and I'm doing manuals, like I'm doing bunny hops, I'm riding, everything felt great. It just totally changed. I'm riding a skate park with it and stuff. Who's riding a skate park with a bike 21.75 with a 15.2 in the back? Who's doing that? So I'm riding this thing, I'm hitting the quarter pipe, all this, you know what I mean? Just because I raised the front end up, you
Yeah.
know? And yeah, so this going wider, going taller, it helped my back, it preserved my back. And then it also made me a better jumper. Made like everything when I'm jumping, everything's super easy. I can manual with ease. If I take a week, a month off a bike, I can go to the track, maybe 5 minutes, I'm back at it. I'm like, okay, I'm manual, I'm doing good. I don't like hopping on a bike and then not be able to ride. That's what happens to a lot of people. They get hurt because they're the weekend warrior, right?
Hmm.
You don't
Oh, yeah.
race for a week. You go to the gym all week, so now your whole muscle memory is all jacked up from going to the gym. You get on the track and you don't even go in the parking lot and practice manuals because I think manuals is a really good way to calibrate your body. So you don't go in the driveway, do manuals. You hop on the track, you race, and you fall because you're not calibrated, and you're not used to your bike. So I need a bike that I can jump on, kind of be pretty can get acclimated with pretty fast.
Yeah.
And so the taller handlebars for me works. I know a lot of people go low like that, and that's cool. But for me, taller bars, the longer the rear end is. So
I got
that's my rant for today.
no. You're
No, it's all because it's all custom to each person.
like I'm right in there
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
height on the handlebars. And when I got my bike from Colt, they had the taller like 10-inch bars, and I was
Hmm.
like, oh, I don't know about this.
10-inch.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's kind of the standard now in freestyle. And
Yeah.
like I'd be like, oh, great, scooter bars, awesome, scooter bars.
scooter
But
bars.
now, like riding, some trails I ride at, like riding them, I'm old, and I was like, damn, I rode the day, and like you said, dude, it was easier on my back at the trails with
Hmm.
with the taller bars. I mean, it also, it's a cult bike, so I got to give them props. It's pretty dope. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was a big game changer. It was just going little taller bars at the trails and like the pop at the top, as you're getting into the steeper jumps, like with that taller
Hmm.
bar and stuff, man, it felt better and easier.
Yeah, I just don't like surprises, and that
Nope.
that that whole nosedive thing where out of nowhere, it happens to all of us. Out of nowhere, you hit a jump like, what the hell?
Yeah, where'd it go?
And it's way less incidents like that happening with the taller handlebars for me.
Hmm.
I even do it on my cruiser. Like my cruiser, I designed it more to feel like a 20, so the bottom bracket is a lot higher than normal.
Hmm.
I like it tall. It's just a way better feel for me. And transitioning from my 20 to my 24 is way better with the taller bottom bracket. But as the bottom bracket gets higher, the bars can go taller and it doesn't feel like a circus bike. So I go taller. I ride on my 24 inch. I have 8.8 inch rise bars on my
Oh,
24 inch,
do
and
you
it feels amazing,
do you keep
amazing.
your bars? Sorry to cut you off on that. I didn't
Hmm.
want to forget this. So, there's that school of thought like I'm gonna put both my class and cruiser bike identical as I can. Um, like, do you keep say your bikes are set next to each other, and you change your bottom brackets, but do you keep the bars like the same height?
Nope,
No, I'm just curious because I
no,
see a
no.
lot of people that swear by
A lot of
that.
people do, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I don't do that. I mean, for me, I like the fact that my cruiser feels like it literally feels like a taller BMX bike.
Okay,
Mhm.
I gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, cruiser bottom brackets, in comparison to a 20, if you was to go 1 to 1,
Hmm.
those bottom brackets are lower than what it would be on a 20 inch. The 20 inch is always 11.5, 11.6.
Hmm.
But oddly enough, I went lower on my bottom bracket on my 20 and higher on my cruiser and even my 26, super high.
Hmm.
Basically, what I do is I just kind of what is it? Um, if it's a 20 inch, right? You
Hmm.
go you go an inch above, like an inch and a half above, right? So it
Right.
would be 10 would be half. Tell 10 inch rise bottom bracket is
Gotcha.
right on the money with the axle.
Hmm.
So they go up like an inch and a half mostly.
Yeah.
So I try and mimic that on all my bikes. So
Okay.
my 26 and my 24, I kind of mimic that inch and a half on my bottom bracket height.
You
And
know,
so it just feels the same. So every bike I have that's a cruiser, I can run taller bars in it and it feels great for me.
Isaac from Big Bikes BMX, we were
Hmm.
when he was on, he had said his was it his 20, yeah, the 26 he got on that Bill had done something similar to that with the bottom bracket on it because it didn't
Hmm.
the Supercross one he had stated it didn't ride like a normal wheelie bike. It rode
Hmm.
like a BMX bike because of the change that was made
Yeah.
in that bottom bracket to make it feel like the BMX bike. I mean, he did
Hmm.
a good enough job. I almost bought. I had one on Marketplace. I was going to go buy, but the guy sold it before I could get to him. But he's like,
Yeah.
dude, just like you said, it just feels like a bigger BMX bike.
Yeah,
Bill,
like if you take was it the Sunday and the stolen cruisers, all of their cruisers have pretty much regular
yes,
bottom bracket.
yes,
Their bottom brackets are higher, so it's
yep,
basically a literal tall BMX bike.
yep.
So I just kind
Mhm.
of mimicked that on my because I rode one time at a track and I was like, this is what I want my cruiser to feel like. Because
Mm-hmm.
before my cruisers always felt like they had some kind of a lag when it comes to coming out the gate. If I feel like I have more responsiveness out of my bike with the higher bottom bracket on my cruiser.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, when my bottom bracket is low, like if you ride a 29 inch, it's not because it's a big bike. I mean, it is partly because of that, but it's because that bottom bracket is so low that I call it I don't know why I always call it like a circus bike event. I don't know why I always do that, but I
I
call it
got
like a
you.
circus bike, because you're using so much energy and it's not going straight. It's going left, it's
Yeah.
going right. It's not coming straight out. I find that with the higher bottom bracket on the bigger bikes, you have more responsiveness out the gate. Like you're going straight ahead as opposed to having to do all of this to get your speed up,
Mm-hmm.
so and then also I went shorter on my crank arm. So when I actually Bill sent me some 175 cranks and I've always been a 180 guy. I put it on my
Ah.
cruiser, my 24 inch, when I got the 24 inch made. And I was riding it with that and I was like, wow, my spin is so much better. Everything feels great on the 24 inch. And then on my 20 inch, it felt great too with the 180s. I'm like, this nice transition, da da da. But when I started going up to speed, going really fast on the track, it felt like I maxed out some kind of way, and I couldn't go any faster. Like it just everything just kind of fell apart at really high speeds. So I was like, let me try and put 175s on the 20, see what happens. Since I'm riding this other bike, I want to at least have my cadence kind of be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the 175s on my 20 inch, and it felt like I was pulling better at higher speeds. I'm able to keep going. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't found the perfect gear ratio yet because when I was doing it, I wasn't really racing that much.
Yeah.
But I did feel a difference there. And then when I went to 26 inch, um, I had that feeling, that whole,
Mm-hmm.
you know, wobbly feeling, and I went to 170s on my 26, and that made everything
All
better on my
right.
26. So I got 170s on my 26, the 27.5 I have, 170s. It
All
feels
right.
so much better.
Are you
And I
clipped?
have one.
Are you
I'm
flats or
sorry, go ahead.
are you flats or clipped in?
Flat.
You
Yeah,
flats. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
Interesting. Because
yeah.
the school of theory with that was flats. You can go with longer crank arms, but just like what you're saying, like I recently switched to flats and had the 175s like yourself,
Hmm.
and I never changed it because I'm not going to go buy new cranks for just riding flats. And
Hmm.
I exactly what you're saying. Exactly what you're saying was what happened with myself. Like it just felt better than
Yeah,
the longer crank
yeah.
arms. Yeah, smoother.
And I was a 180. I mean, I was a 175 hater because when as a kid, you got 44/16. You got 175s. You got you got
That's
the
like the
Odyssey crank,
standard, right?
the one piece Odyssey crank,
Yep.
right? And you're riding with your friends to the next town, and you're like, "Why is everybody leaving me? I can't keep up. What's going on?" I said, "Ah!" And then you wind up getting 180s, and like, "Oh, okay, now I'm keeping up with people." And then there was that time where it was like everybody went to 45 tooth.
Oh
So
yeah.
when I went to 45 tooth, it just opened a whole new world for me back then. I'm like, oh snap, I'm beating people, I'm going faster. So ever since then, it's like I'm never going back to 175s ever. And I've been 180 the whole time. And then once Bill sent me the 175s, I'm like, this is something new. Let me get used to it. I'm riding my 24. I'm like, this is great. I say, do I get the same results on my 20 inch? I'm like, hey, this is pretty good too. And
Huh.
then I went smaller on the cruiser because everything for me boils back to my 20. I don't want to be squirrely on my
Mm-hmm.
20. I don't care how good I am on any bigger bike. It doesn't matter if I can't ride my 20 right. That's just
No,
how it is for me.
no,
That's kind of like
it's a personal
what do
thing.
you
Yeah.
call it? Yeah, it's like if you're sketchy on a 20 inch, then you're just not 100% in my, for me. I'm not
Hmm.
100%.
Right.
So all my bikes kind of have to mimic that kind of feel. And
Mm-hmm.
I discovered just different things just by riding the bigger bikes and setting them up and how it relates to my 20. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's pretty cool learning process.
Is
Yeah.
uh is Trumbull your local track?
Um, Shoreham is my local track
Oh,
technically.
okay.
Yeah, but I go to Trumbull a lot because in the summertime they're more available. It was also the first place I had my bike fest, and Chris runs a really good program up there. So uh, when I usually go to a track, it's usually I go to Trumbull.
Okay.
So Trumbull, according to USA BMX, I believe is my home track.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Sometimes, like in the summertime, it's almost impossible for me to get to Shoreham because they race on Tuesdays
Mm,
in the summertime, so I
yeah.
can't go. If you get off of work at 5 o'clock and you're trying to go out to Shoreham, you're gonna get caught in 2 hours of traffic. By the
Ooh,
time you get there,
okay.
everything's done. Even on the practice.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get a chance, I do go out there. The track's great, but
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, it's like if I want to race on the weekend or something like that, I like to go to Trumbull. And the other thing too, being that I'm in Long Island, um, before congestion price, and I was able to cut through New York and not pay a toll, and I could still get to Trumbull. And then proximity wise, I'm going through the city, and that's where I like to do other things at. So it all kind of works out that way.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to Shoreham, I'm in Shoreham. But there is also Percy Rayner bike park on the way, so that's another stop to go to. But yeah, for the most part, I go to Connecticut.
Nice. Yeah, a good competition out there. Like Joe Doherty rides out there. A lot of like really good guy,
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
really fast
yeah,
kids out there
oh yeah.
racing.
Yeah.
And like you said, Chris runs a good program too.
That's
Hmm.
cool.
Man, he was just racing. Dude, I think he raced like right up to the Grands. He was having races
Yeah,
out there. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. He
Yeah.
it's a
extended his series or his season out as long as he could.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As long as the weather's good, there's a couple tracks I think definitely Chris does, and I think Hunterdon County sometimes does. It really depends on the weather, but definitely Chris tries to hold on to the bitter end
Hmm.
with
Yeah.
and I think CJ was it last weekend or this weekend they're having their Ironman, so they have a race coming up in
Yeah.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
There you
I,
go,
I
buddy.
thought we did pretty good race until the weekend before Thanksgiving. That was pretty good for here, man.
Yeah. Yeah. They've been doing that for a while though over there doing the Ironman race.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that for a long time. What's you got big plans for the website or anything? Any events or anything you're doing in 2026 coming up?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do some more events next year. I really want to do some more pro open events. I got some excuse me a second.
Hmm.
I have some interesting ideas I'd like to do for a money open series.
Okay.
Um yeah, so I want to do something like that.
Hmm.
I'll probably do the Bike Fest stuff again. I don't know, I might change the name. Call it something else because it was called Sugar Cayne Bike Fest, but it's not a big event like that, like where you can call it, hey, it's a fest, you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I may give it a simpler name so people, like, oh, I'm going to the jam, you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'll probably do that again. It's a lot of fun doing that and giving people something else to do as a track. Um, because we have all the different events, we did long jump, we had wheelie, bunny hop competitions, gate start competitions, relay races,
Mm.
Oh, that's
So
fun.
it makes it a lot of fun. And then,
Yeah.
you have people team up that would never really team up because they're never in a situation like that. So the relay's always been a fun thing. And then I try and incorporate the other disciplines. So I'll do like a multi-lap race. And I used to call it the cyclocross race. So I try and get people on cyclocross bikes to come and race the BMX track with the other BMXers. And things that tie everybody together.
Hmm.
That's why I called it a fest, because I really wanted to include fat bikes, mountain bikes, everybody come down, bike life, everybody come down
Hmm.
and have something to do, you know.
Yeah.
And the other thing, the other goal with the event was to do it at different BMX tracks, so people know that they're actually there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, if you're bringing in people from different off-road cycling communities, you say, hey, there's a BMX track not too far from you. We're having a jam there. Come on down. You can come ride it. Because a lot of people don't even know outside of BMX that they
Yep.
can ride their bikes on the track, mountain
Yeah.
bikes, cyclocross, gravel bikes. There's no hold barred when it comes to the cruiser sizes.
Yeah. No,
So
they're all over the
so I
place. Huh?
try I try and introduce people to that and get them into that.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we had an indoor that did a cyclocross event at it. They pretty cool. They just they made it was easy indoors. They made a loop and they
Hmm.
had like another little course on the flat part and um, I believe it grabbed like two families and brought them into BMX after that race. So you know,
That's cool.
to your
Yeah, that's
point,
cool.
just getting more eyes on the track at your event. Um, you would you'd said earlier you would watch some of the grands. Wanted because we kind of talked a little bit even before the show.
Hmm.
Um, you know, we had asked like the biggest takeaway. We'll go to the other side. What was like for you during the grands? Um, what if Al was doing it? What would he do better at grands?
The number one thing, well, I would say, because since I watch at home, for the home viewers, what I would
Yeah.
do is I would actually have commentators, like real commentators. Like whenever you watch a live event, sporting event, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
All the stuff that's happening at the venue, you don't really hear that. They don't really that's in the background. And then you have a host. You have two hosts, and they will talk about what's going on in the race, whether it be a points chase, a rider, a bumper about a rider,
Hmm.
backstory. There's so much dead space on a live broadcast that you can talk about, Joris Dade and what he's doing, and Josh Jolly and how he races BMX, he races mountain bikes, there's the pump track thing, and how's he going to do it? There's so many different backstories that can really get you involved with the riders,
Hmm.
and that helps the sport overall because now you're invested in it. You know what I mean? Following these riders' story. Molly Simpson, her story is crazy. She got real sick. Remember, she got real
Yeah.
sick a couple of years ago and wasn't looking good, and now she won, the grand. So that's a huge story just in that. You know what I mean? So it's inspirational. The fact that a mongoose TA, I mean not mongoose TA, a mongoose title was the bike that wound up on the podium for the men's pro 2 years in a row.
Yep.
You know, cha-ching. You know, everybody calls it the Walmart bike, and everybody was hating on it for a while. And the comeback story is still continuing with that. You know, the vet pros riding a Huffy, right?
Great point.
Huffy just made his mark. You know what I mean? Had a
Yeah.
pro not only in the finals, but he actually won. So you have all these different stories that's going on that need to be talked about during the event. The whole thing about how the pros have to race total points for their main and where their standings are as they go.
That was a
Why
big
isn't that-
one.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we really need to talk about that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because then you'd be like, oh wow, let me. Ooh, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You get
there
really
was none
involved
of-
with like, oh, now you know what's going on. You know what I mean? You get excited. You know, and it's funny because when I was you know, we were all complaining about that, the whole flow broadcast and all that stuff like that. And I said, let me watch some other stuff just to make sure what I'm saying is legit. I'm sitting here watching Red Bull events. I'm watching some other BMX race, even the UCI broadcast. They have guys that are talking about the track, about the location, about what it takes. You know, they have little rider bumpers with, you know, Laura Smalls has a bumper and she's talking about what she's doing and how her season is going. And that way you get to know who these pros are and some of the riders, you know.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely I would do that. And then when it came to the dirt jump thing, I would have done a dirt jump. I would have done a dirt jump competition. So USA BMX Freestyle has their series that they're doing,
Ooh.
and this is the USA BMX Grands. So why isn't the final at the Grands? You had time for it. You could have got your top 10 riders in points from each class, or maybe do the top 5 riders, right? Top 5 riders,
Great
age group. I think they got like 4 age groups. Have them all do this. The last thing you're gonna do, you went through all these skate parks and stuff. Okay, last thing you're gonna do is gonna do a dirt jump competition. That's gonna be the final joint. And you guys got to get busy and hit this double. And it's gonna be a dirt jump competition. You could do a jam style if you want, just to save time. All right, we're gonna do 20 minutes. You guys go. And this can be the same way how they placed it. You could, but make it into an actual competition, the big final for the freestyle series that they do, and then you could tie it all in together,
Yeah.
and that'll be great because now you're bringing new eyes in because people want to see their kids or whoever you know they want to see the finals, right? So you have that going in, new eyeballs for racing, new eyeballs from racing the freestyle. Since now we're all invested into both because it's part of the same umbrella. Man, that would be great, you know. So those are the two things that I would do. I would do for the viewers at home to make a better broadcast, right? And when you make a better broadcast, then you can actually, it'll be easier for you to get sponsors because now the whole presentation is legit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
'Cause- Yeah.
there's
'Cause
definitely other things that could be done, but I'm just saying overall,
Yeah.
this would make your presentation, your package when you sell it to a sponsor more legit. Like, hey, we got this, we got the segment with the pros, we got we're doing like ESPN style, blah blah blah, you know,
yeah.
and just do it like that, you know. And I know it's a tough job. It's like, you know, like this, what do you say, 36 or 56 hours of content,
Yeah.
but you know, there's definitely got to be a way that we can make this better because, you know, this is all we got for our BMX racing community, and we want it to be the best that it can be. We want our pros to get paid more money. And the only way a sponsor is going to look at that to try and get the return on investment, right, is to have a presentation at least be as good as Red Bull's, at least be as good as UCI's
Yeah.
presentation. You can't go, hey, here's our USA, the greatest show. We call it the greatest show on earth, too, on top of that. So now you're putting yourself into a corner by calling it the greatest show on earth. So if somebody on the outside is looking at this broadcast, they're going, this is the greatest show on earth? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
meanwhile, you're just fresh off of watching fives. And they got, you know, the
Ooh.
commentators talking about the
Yeah.
riders and da-da-da. You got the audience, you know, it's crazy. We have to make this package crazy. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why people are so frustrated with the Flow broadcast, because basically the Flow broadcast was no different than any other year, truthfully. It
No.
wasn't really, it wasn't
No.
any different. You know what I'm saying? It was,
all
it
all
was
they
just the
did
same.
was rebroadcast to me from the outside looking in. All they did was
Right.
take what Gmo's been doing for the last 4, 5, 8 years and just rebroadcast it on the Flow.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like a distribution channel. Now, here's the crazy thing. And I was going to do a video on this, but I've just been having, you know, I got to work. But I was going to do a video on this. But if you go to Flow's channel, right, that live broadcast that they did, 60,000 views last time I looked at it. Do you know that's the most views that they've had for a live broadcast on that YouTube channel out of the last maybe 5 or 6 broadcasts? I think the last thing that I saw that had a lot of views had 87,000 views, and it was a road bike championship or something. Go to that Flow
YouTube.
website, YouTube channel. You'll see it. 60,000 views.
Is it
The most views they had on and I'm talking about our event in comparison to bigger events, bigger road bike events. They had a trials competition, all kinds of stuff. But we had the most views. So now you have all these eyeballs watching it. All because Flow has 100 and something, 20,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. And so, you have all these different cycling disciplines on this channel. So all these people are intrigued with BMX and they're watching it. And it's like, kind of dropping the ball in the presentation because like you have all these other things that didn't even get that many views, but their production quality is better. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we doing? Is it 65,000 now?
65, yeah, and
Right now, yeah. So
19K for that road bike race in there, and 35K for this right here.
yeah,
But
nobody's
you're-
touching
dude, they're-
60,000.
Yeah, that's a whoa. Yeah.
Nobody's touching it.
No.
Huh.
Wow. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Nice point.
Yeah,
Good
so
point.
we had all
now
these
that's
eyeballs.
on their YouTube.
Correct.
That's on the YouTube channel. Yeah.
What
So
would
what
be-
happened was that's how I caught it because it wound up live on YouTube because of the whole controversy about it. They had a paywall. Now it's free to watch.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They probably made more money off of it being on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Than
dude.
it was for people signing up because they probably was like, nah, let's just make it live. Probably because they were getting so many views, they might have made it live. You know what I mean? So so a lot of people watched it. A lot of people watched it.
And your point with you're like let's get his Red Bull. I don't know like all the mountain bikers. Let's just say like the slope and style, downhill, whatever. That Red Bull Rampage is a perfect example.
Oh yeah.
But I turned Rampage on and watched it, and you're talking about the bumpers that they have for the riders and that, and their the announcers. Like a few minutes into it, I had a person picked out that like I wanted to watch for that event, right?
Yep.
And I totally get what you're saying because that's we've heard it numerous times. When the magazines went away, the storylines went away, and that's all that is your storylines for the riders. Yeah, and, I had a friend of mine that was there that said at the Friday Night Spectacular, people left after the first round because they didn't know it was a total points main.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I'll admit it, I wasn't sure if the vet pros were. I knew the pros did because I talked to somebody earlier, but I wasn't 100% sure if the vet pros were running total points either.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
No, that was the big mystery to myself when I started watching it. The Pro Spectacular show.
Mhm.
Like, what are we watching right now? Is this the like motos qualifying? Is this semis? Is this quarters? Is it mains? What are we watching right now? Because they had the little blurb across the bottom, but it just said Moto 5.
Right.
I don't know. Pick something. 15 expert.
Right.
But what am I watching? Is it a semi? Is it just the moto and they're going to transfer to a semi? I didn't know what I was watching.
And what's strange is they have
Yeah, I mean,
they have
go ahead.
they've got Connor, right? Flo's got Connor.
He wasn't on there.
Well, he was there and he did some.
But
like,
I
wasn't.
watched the flow
I know,
and
that's
he was not on there.
Let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
Good
Sorry.
Lord.
I
I was saying they have him. That's what was like. They have him. They also have Tim Strange and Rich from Tangent too. That they do this stuff, and I'm like, that's when I turned it on. That's what I thought I was going to see. Was like
Right.
I don't know if Tim was there or not, but I saw like the little promos that Connor had done with Pull. So I was like, oh, cool. It's exactly to your point. I was like tuning in and think there were some commentators like a Red Bull event, right? And it was the feed from the PA from the race itself, which they do a fantastic job. The announcers do, but they're not giving you the like you said. So now we know like what Al would do, the things he would fix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been your final part with the dirt jumping. I mean, that's such a great idea. Such a great idea. Because that would, like for me, I've never been to one of their events. Now I could see it. Just like you said, now you got the racer eyes on it. That's a perfect example.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is cool.
And what I did like was the pre-show they did where they actually had them interviewing
Yeah.
the different riders. Like if they would have had like I was like, this is what they needed during the actual races. They needed these guys doing their talking while this is going on to keep people involved and understanding what's going on. That would have helped a whole lot. Just that right there would have bumped the whole thing up by like 1,000%.
Yeah. Well, plus
Yeah.
it would draw the crowd in more too. That okay, after round one, this is where the points are shaken out. So and so's first, so and so's second, on down through your 8. All right, round two. After round two, now it's shaken out like this.
I mean, like just a simple fact that if you're watching the race, you don't know what's going on. You're like, all right, so how did Cam Wood win the title when Cameron Larson beat him every day, right? If you don't know the sport, you won't know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
that the whole story about Cam Larson was his rookie year, went to the Olympics, raced, almost made it to the main, didn't make it to the main. Cam Wood made it to the main. And now these two are back racing again. The only, like you said earlier, the only two Americans that are in the main race. Da 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 da. Look at all this buildup we got. Look at all the story we got. Like
Yeah.
who wouldn't be interested in that? You know what I'm saying? Like now Cam Larson, started off the year, wasn't really hearing much. He won a couple of things here and there. Now he's over here and almost didn't make it in, but he won both days. That's crazy, right? You have Jeff Upshaw, right? Don't even know he had an injury until after it was over. He put his post up. He had an injury. That's the reason why he was in the middle of the pack the whole time. You know what I mean? But that story right there, like, wow. And then he still won, right? He won. Yeah, he won the
He won the overall.
Yeah.
at pro, right?
Yeah.
So, but he was in the middle of the pack the whole time, and he was struggling with injury the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The same thing like the Barry Nobles and Josh Jolly and Marshall Gurkey with the backflip and the whole thing. Like last year, like I think it was the first year Marshall did the front flip and just that's like the slam dunk contest. These guys doing the backflip, right? You go to the All-Star game. The slam dunk contest is the one everybody wanted to see. So that was like, that's like a gold mine right there with those guys doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, let's find out who's going to do the backflip over the pro set because we build it up nice so that way you can get the height on it. We got Marshall Gurkey in the building. We got Barry Nobles. Oh, we got Jumping Josh Jolly. Oh, snap. What's going to happen? Are they going to do it? You could have a whole build up to that if you had people commentating while it was going on during practice, right?
Yeah.
So this is like a whole bunch of things, man, that a lot of potential that it's like, all right, it's 2025. We had enough time to have potential. Now we got to start executing as a group because this is our main thing. This is the greatest show on earth. This is the home of BMX. This is the country where it was created. Let's get it together. Like I can watch, what was it? The British Nationals, the European Nationals.
Yeah.
So this is the thing that everybody requests. Once you get the race started, they're coming down, they get to that final straight. That final straight becomes a picture-in-picture, and we're on to the next race. So if you're still watching your race, you can see the end, and you can watch the beginning of the next race. This is a simple picture-in-picture. I know they're like, please. Like they say, the customer's always right, man. Sometimes you got to listen to them customers out there. Like I know a lot of people hate it when you cut off the end of a race to go to a start of a race. And you can easily resolve that problem by doing a picture-in-picture. Just slide the thing down, put it on the side of the corner right there so they can see their kid win the race, and then the other person can see their kid start a race. It's real simple.
Look, if I figured it out right now in our show, and look, we've been doing it like almost 6 years, but I didn't have any experience, and I was able to do it. We can do it. I know it can be done.
Right.
It's pretty. It's
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like, as a longtime BMXer who does not like to throw any shade at our sport because it's it's small.
Yeah.
You don't want to throw any shade at the sport.
Correct.
But it's also frustrating that these things can't be discussed in a way where it's productive. It just kind of gets shot down from the consensus of what's going on with everybody. You know what I mean? So it's like, I hear all the excuses and stuff, but now that you have us paying for the presentation, now the expectation is way higher. Before you can get away with that type of stuff. because we wasn't paying for it, watching it for free. You
That's
could say,
very
hey,
true.
well, it was 56 hours and blah, blah, blah. You could say all the excuses you want because it's free. But now that you have people in the paywall, it makes it even more acute on
Yeah.
why people are upset. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I'm paying all this money. I paid all this money to go to the race. I paid this money all year. I'm paying for all of this. I'm coming here. I'm trying to watch the race at the venue so I know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm trying. How come people who have who are that signed up for the Grands don't have a code to actually watch it while they're in the hotel, while they're in the car in the parking lot? I don't know if there's a big screen trying to keep you up to date at the venue, but they should have that. They should have that. I mean, me at home, yeah, I should be paying. If you want me to pay for it, I understand why I would be paying for it because I'm not
Right.
there. But if you're there, at least give them access so they can at least monitor the race and they won't come up late to a race. You know what I mean? So those things are all valid, and it should be something that that we can talk about productively, where it's not like we're crapping on the industry or crapping on USA BMX, but it's like, yo, we got to get it together, y'all. We got to get it together because
Right.
every other sport got it together when it comes to presenting their sport. You know what I'm saying?
You brought up the British Cycle, and I've caught those races, and I'm like, damn, that's smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll see a change with the transponders being in more of the classes. Like get get that going because that's a huge help. Like that was a thing. I think they were doing it 2-3 years ago in the like especially in that series that was on there. Like every class, dude, it was just boom, boom, boom. Everyone had transponders already. Not even just pros, everybody. So like
in the British series.
Sorry, yeah, in the British cycling series or just feeds. You easy to follow, like you said. Went picture. Yeah, for sure. What'd you have? Oh, we got to do our trivia.
Oh, we can do that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So
We can do that.
and,
I guess Melissa get mad at us if we miss that,
yes,
Where are we
we'll
at
jump
down
into
here?
trivia here.
Let me jump down here.
She even came down, got us a little prize pack together earlier.
Yeah,
man.
she did. I gotta say, even when you guys don't know, but when she's not on the show, she's still doing stuff for the show in the background. Trust me, because we don't call her super producer for nothing.
And we want to thank our friends over at Krupp and Carter for the continued support and supporting our trivia segment here. So like we said in the beginning of the show, make sure you guys get over, check out Krupp and Carter's website for all the new drip when it comes to BMX.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna run through the prize pack real quick. We'll start off with I always mess this up, Marysville Honda. Whoa, where's the camera at? Whoa, it's way
It ain't
over.
moved, dude.
I know, but I gotta go way over here.
God.
No, it's cool.
That camera's been there for 5 years.
I know it
5
has.
years
I
right
know.
there, dude. You mean where'd it go?
Well, when I put my hand up there, it was off. It was
All right, Ricky Bobby.
It was over.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands.
You're not first, you're last.
Jesus. Oh,
All
my
right,
God.
chip clip from Motor City. I'm so sorry.
You want to reboot
Marysville
this one, dude?
Honda chip clip. All right, that's my big thing. All right, then Motor City Harley Davidson. We got your can koozie. Got these cool. What do you got? Stunner sunglasses from Motor City Harley Davidson. We got this massive sticker pack. Let's see. We got Motor City Harley Davidson ATV stickers. Van stickers, Carter stickers. We got them all in there. BMX Rock stickers. There's also a pen in here and some hand sanitizer from Motor City Harley Davidson. So we got all kinds of those. What else we got? Oh, and as promised, we have a shirt from our friends at Krupp and Carter, which I'm screwing this all up too here. There we go. Check that out. It's a nice tie-dyed Krupp and Carter shirt, and then you wrap it all up in your Motor City Harley Davidson backpack. So there we go.
Nice.
Now I got to straighten that all up when we're done. Just chucked it all off to the side. Okay, so here's the question.
So this is about
something
you
we
said.
chatted about.
So we'll hold off on having you answer it first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've had where the guest has blurted out the answers.
So this is what Chris was writing down, looking on his phone because he's like writing down.
Oh, okay, I see. That's where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. So, what I want to know is there's a product that Al was on the box for. It was a 50th anniversary BMX product. I want to know what that product was. He was featured on the box for this product.
No.
What?
Somebody just texted me.
Oh, can't text.
You have to put it in the chat, and it's not Wheaties.
No. So he was featured on the 50th anniversary box for this product.
You over here, this bike up here while we're waiting for answers. Ray's bike that he got at this was for the winner of the Race for Life.
Race for Life, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, we are actually going to have him on the show, Al, in
Nice.
like a month or so. I'd have to double check the
dates.
date. But man, so crazy thing. I was looking back, and I'm like, man, that kid has been killing it for the fundraising.
Yeah.
So I think he's won it. I think it was 5 years in a row when I scrolled back. And this kid, he's got to have a massive collection of bikes he's won. Because the winner gets like a bike, and they get, I think, the Grand Trip paid for. Valencia,
Really?
you're in there. You can tell me. I feel like they get I know it's like the entry fees, and there's some other things that come along with winning that too.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's entry fees.
Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, oh wait, I saw that bike. I'm like, oh wait, I just talked to his dad. That paint job is sick right there.
Yeah, I really
cool.
like that. That really sticks out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this a 2025 like contender for bike of the year? It is.
It's the first bike I put up for December.
Okay. All
So
right.
We starting it off nice with that bike. That thing's crazy.
Ooh.
Man. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
we need
and it
to
was
throw
really
our bikes
cool.
on there.
It's just the details that the mixture of pink and the teal, even in the brake area, the brake mount, the stem, the way he has the pink inside the stem, and it's just and the fade on the handlebars. This is really nice, really really nice, color coordinated there.
Yeah, it
And,
is.
the one thing that I do miss is the V tires with the colored walls.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The side
I missed
walls.
that because it adds so much style to the bike with those colored walls.
That's right, because they had like red and blue and black.
Blue, pink. Yep.
Pinks, yep. And then did they do the gum wall also? Like that color?
Yeah.
I think they did.
I think they did, but you didn't see a lot of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And then you pair that colored sidewall with the rim, and those were cool.
Well, what we have a few guesses here.
We don't have a winner though.
Well,
Wheaties?
here's the thing.
Wheaties.
Yeah. That's two people that guessed Wheaties, by the way. I had a text message and a.
Yeah, you
It's,
guys. Is on the Wheaties box? No.
You were a little leading. So I got so the answer. Go ahead, Al. The answer is
Skyway, 50th anniversary of the Skyway mags.
Yeah,
okay.
Skyway Tough Wheels.
So we had two
Yep.
people.
Oh, you know what? Hold up.
You got 'em?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
This will be even better.
Shoot, all this talk about the Skyway Tough Wheels now. You think I could put a set of Tough Wheels on the Vision F1?
Oh, snap.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
You're gonna have the box. Oh
Go-
wait, I'm on the
hang
wrong.
on a
one.
second.
Snap.
Hang on just a second.
There we go.
Wait,
There
what
it
am
is.
I-
There we
There
go.
There it is right there. I'm actually, like I said, I'm moving out, so I found this box. You know what's crazy? I have a whole bunch of, they had spare boxes,
Yeah.
and I have a whole bunch of them. Oh, as a matter of fact, I got a whole bunch of them right here in this. There's a bunch of them right there. I
Those are
found them
just-
in the attic.
You got boxes in the box.
Those
Just
are-
boxes. No mags, just boxes.
Dude, hey, I will
we-
happily pay for shipping
We want
to have
one.
one to hang up in the back. For real.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
That would be sweet.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Autograph it.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh yeah, you got to autograph it for us. So we got a few
Oh,
things.
I guess I'll send you two, right? Maybe somebody might want one. You could do part of the trivia thing.
Oh, we
Yeah,
could
dude, we could
do
give
a
one of those
raffle
away.
or a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Nah, we just
As
give
a
it away.
matter of fact, what I'll do, I gotta work on it though, but I have
Okay.
a whole bunch of merchandise in my shop, so I can send you like a little gift bag that you can give out to people when you do the trivia stuff.
Yeah, we could do
I got
one
a
That's
where
bunch
awesome.
of like, yeah, I got a bunch of stuff in my store. Like I designed a couple of ones. I designed some new, um, 15 over BMX racing t-shirt designs, and I got some hats, so I can get some done up for you, so you can, give them out and stuff.
Yeah, man, we'll just do a night where it's the trivia is sponsored by you. You know,
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah,
and here's
definitely.
your shop. So we probably should plug
Yeah,
that.
yep.
Yeah, go
Yep.
check that out.
I like this BMX racing over 50, 40, 70, 60.
Yeah.
Hey man, we got a guy. He was actually he raced Grands. Dennis Hubert. He's 72 years old, still out there just killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
nice.
just got a deal. Daylight. He's got a
He's
deal
going to
with
ride for them. I
Mhm.
think I saw him
Yeah.
say, yeah.
We got to get him to submit that bike to Al.
Oh, yeah.
He did a build, and
Yeah.
it's all Detroit Lion colors, and they put
Oh, yeah?
they put the lion head like up on the head tube,
The
around
Detroit
the
Lions
head tube.
logo on the head tube.
Oh, that's sick.
It was really cool. But you guys go over, you guys listening on the podcast, head over to the store at sugarcayne.com and check out all the merch he's got over here. We got like the trucker hat, nutback hats, all that, and T-shirts and coffee mugs. You always need a coffee mug. Lots of
Yeah.
stuff.
Or
And you got 9 pages of sweat. Dude, you were on this game. Like
he's got the swag figured
right
out,
there.
man.
You got the beanies.
Got
'cause
swag,
it's
got the
cold as
swag.
shit.
I had some frames available at one point. I
Nice.
actually have, matter of fact, hold up. Wait a second. I just remembered. Hold up. I got some more 26-inch frames available. I don't know if you ever seen my frames before. But
Oh,
this is
let's see that.
This is Sugar Cayne Newbridge 26-inch frame. And this is the only one I did with this in this color with this new decal I did. So this is my 26-inch frames. I have a bunch of them I have to get painted, and I'm probably gonna either put them up on the store or do a pop-up shop. I really want to do a pop-up shop. Those are pretty cool, little pop-up shops.
What's the price?
You know,
on
go
them?
to like a flea market or one of the malls out here. You know, these malls are dying,
Yeah,
and they're trying all kind of new stuff, and they're doing kind of like a flea market style thing where they have all the you can rent the store space out for the day for a couple of hours and set up shop,
in
which
the
is pretty
store.
cool. Yeah, in the stores,
that'd be
like you go in the
cool.
mall, all the
Yeah.
stores are empty.
Oh, yeah, they
Every
are.
one of them are empty. Now they got pickleball inside. They're trying to make it into like an adventure thing. So they have pickleball inside. They got an adventure park in there, trampoline park. They got rock climbing. They have galleries and things like that. But they also have each store space. For the most part, you can actually rent out for like 4 or 5 hours for the day. Then and then in the actual hallway, you can set up little pop-up shops and stuff. So I was like, that might be kind of cool, a little something different. You come
Yeah.
to the mall and see some bikes for sale. So that'd be pretty cool.
Is that the
Yeah.
same price as the one you showed? I got the in your store. I think.
Yes, yep. Yeah, they're all one-off. They're all one-off colorways. So I paint each one a different color. I only have like maybe about 20 left, maybe, or maybe 15. I forgot how many I have left. But I'm gonna get each one of them painted a different colorway, and I may even do different decals on each one, and just all one-offs. That's why it's a little more expensive than
Yeah.
the regular bike.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that frame's only $450.
Yeah, I know frames are going crazy right now. I'm seeing like
That's a solid
$5.99
deal.
for frames
Like
right
that's
now.
that's a solid deal for a frame.
That's like a really, that's a good price.
That's a good price. Like that's a hell of a price.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Like
Uh-uh.
Cool.
scoop them up now before they're gone. You guys listening on
Hey,
the podcast.
Christmas is coming.
Yeah, on the podcast, make sure you go over and check out the store and check out the frames. And if you
I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
if you're listening on the podcast, the one he held up was like a high vis yellow.
Yeah.
Go back in your hour and 34. Go in and check it out. He's holding it up on the screen. So for those of you on the podcast, check that out.
Yeah, and just a real quick backstory about the frame is I did a collaboration with Vin Rock from Naughty by Nature, and he wanted to get some frames done because he saw that I was doing bike frames, and we did a run of frames that had Naughty by Nature graphics on it to celebrate their 30th anniversary.
Mhm.
And he also has a brand called Illtown Sluggers, which him and KG from the group, they got their own little thing on the side. So we made some frames with that colorway, and then I also got some of my joints along with that. So they all have serial numbers on them, SCBA, Sugar Cane by Nature. So that's kind of like the little bits, the sub name of these frames is the Sugar Cane by Nature. So they all have a serial number on it,
Ah,
SCBA. And I named this bike the New Bridge. All my frames are really named the New Bridge now,
Hmm.
Sugar Cane New Bridge, because New Bridge was the first BMX track I raced on in Long Island. We had an ABA track in Belmore, New Bridge Road BMX, and that's
ah,
where it all started at. So I was like, you know what, I gotta name my bikes, my frames a New Bridge. So every different size that I made, they were all New Bridge.
That's cool.
that's kind of
Yeah,
cool though. Shoot.
So we
yeah.
got a winner.
Yeah, yeah, but did we get a winner before we gave away the name?
Well, here's
Yeah,
the thing.
somebody put Skyway before
Yeah,
I
they
said
did.
it.
Yeah,
did
they
see
did.
that.
They did.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Because I
No, no.
can't see. Just so people know, I can't see where this comes in. I have to rely on Justin to tell me.
So we had a couple like mags that we were looking for Skyway.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Matt
So
Higgs.
Stuart Kelly, who's going to be on the show next week, I gotta, yeah, we'll get on because he's over in Australia.
Australia.
So-
we got to ship it to Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Got to figure that
we
one
got to
out.
figure that out. Yeah,
That-
but it'll
That's
get there yesterday.
That probably, yeah. Well, that might be the far. Nah, maybe we've sent one to Australia already. Have to check with Melissa, but that would be the farthest one so far.
Yeah.
I know we shipped
Australia is a serious bill. That's a serious one right there. I've sent stuff to
off.
Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. And you guys, we do have the prize packs going out. They'll be Melissa and I'll be getting them out after we come back from Florida. So no worries. They're I don't know. We're backed up a little bit on them. It's just getting out, getting them actually up to the post office and
All right,
shipped
so
out.
Stuart,
It's all right. I won't forget because he's going to be on in like a couple days.
Yeah.
So on Saturday. Al, I appreciate you taking time. I know you're super busy. Thank you again for joining us, man. It's always a pleasure. And like before we sign off here, or right after we sign off, if you could hang out in the Zoom room for a minute, because I'd like to get with you like another date. 'Cause
Yeah.
this was a good time, and
It's fun.
it'd be fun to have you back on, and not like 2 years.
yeah.
Right. I'm down. I'm definitely down for that.
For sure. And again, you guys get over to the website, sugarcane.com. Tons of stuff on there, BMX hip hop. Under the other dope treats are the toys. And like, man, whoever's sending them to you, wherever you're finding them, keep on sending them, keep on posting them, because I probably could do way too much shopping in there. I saw the Lego Technique 1200s, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
I gotta have them. Lego makes anyway. It's like the turntable.
Oh, it's a DJ thing.
Yeah, like I have over there.
Okay, I was
There's
trying.
two-
I'm like, what is
yeah.
the
Oh yeah,
technique?
but then you have like I didn't know like all the action figures of the rappers. That's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got to get a couple for the bar back here.
Yeah, reaction toys. They make them. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
So you guys listening and get over and check that out at sugarcane.com, and all the links for your website, your social media. Right now they're like in the notes, but they'll also be in the podcast format and the YouTube. They'll all be in there, so you can link right from there, so you can get over and check this all out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of stuff to look at.
And I think we said it a few times, but Chris, you can let them know officially.
Oh, for next week.
Yeah, well, Saturday.
So it's going to be It's Just BMX podcast. The fellas that do that, Stu and Dozer. We're going to be doing a special Saturday, December 6th, which is just a couple days down the road here, 4 o'clock Eastern. So they're going to be joining us from Australia. So that's why we're doing this special Saturday afternoon show. But yeah, make sure you jump back, check us out. Different time. Hopefully we'll hit a few different people than we have before, and make sure you join us for that. It'll be a lot of fun. And then are we good? Am I outing?
We'll toss it over to Al first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll toss it
okay.
over to Al. You
I
can do
didn't
your
want to get ahead of
shout-outs.
myself. I'm sorry.
You're good. We'll toss it over to you for your shout-outs, and then we'll button it up, right?
Yeah, so big shout out to everybody who actually comes to sugarcane.com. I have a bunch of, members to the website, got like a little social media, Facebook type of thing going on over there. And it's really, it definitely keeps me going, all the different members who came, because getting people off of Facebook onto your own site, that's a feat in itself right now. And it's kind of like supporting the mom and pop bike shop. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so big shout out to everybody who supports the site, everybody who shows love. Um and yeah, shout out to my family, my kid. And big shout out to all the people who sponsored me throughout the years with the bike fest, and also just for me riding, everybody who supported. Another big shout out to Bill Ryan, who also showed a lot of support and love, and also Skyway, Ken Costa, and Hyper BMX. There's a whole bunch of people who helped me along the way. And it's crazy, when you're like a kid and you're thinking about, I want to be sponsored, I want to have a, race pro and stuff like that. And then that all passes over, and then you get older, and, you come back into the sport and you're riding, and all these things that you thought were kind of out of reach when you were a kid, you wind up achieving these things later on in life, whereas you're supposed to be written off, you know what I mean? So that's the wonderful thing about BMX, is that, it just keeps you motivated to be active and do stuff. So I really appreciate this sport that we do. Is just real great, and the people who are involved with it. So shout out to the whole BMX community, everybody on bike. Shout out to y'all for putting me on the show again. And yeah, man, that's it, man. Just want to spread love, bikes, spread love and bikes. T-shirt design right there. Spread love and bikes.
There you go. That's a good one.
Again, thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I look forward to having you on again. All right.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us, Alice. Really cool. Great time.
Thanks for having me.
Getting to know you a little better, and shoot, we'll get you back on here soon. That'll be fun. So again, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Listen to us talk BMX with Al, and then make sure you join us again this Saturday. We're going to do this special 4:00 Saturday afternoon show with the fellows from Australia from the It's Just BMX podcast. So do that. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you Saturday afternoon. God bless you. Have a great rest of your evening.